Alright guys, welcome back to Megaman X. And this time we're going to take on Storm Eagle here. So his stage is basically an airport. And if you look on the map, it's there. And his specs, he is, what is that, 8.20 feet tall? And he weighs 275 pounds. And he attacks with Storm, Tornado, and Diving. Oh, he has a couple other attacks other than that. So Storm Eagle is usually regarded as having like the best music out of like all the Mavericks. Of course I'm going to talk over it, but you can find a video of just the audio. Wow, I completely failed there. I'll just use some Fire Wave just to... Yeah, those robots are annoying because they can grab you. And they usually like to dump you over pits. So yeah, Fire Wave. It's basically a pretty short range flamethrower. Yeah, game's starting to lag out because there's a lot of shit on screen. So if we do a dash jump off here, we'll land on this section right here, which has a heart tank. This one's kind of out of the way. There's really nothing indicating that there's anything up there. You just kind of have to take a leap of faith there. But as long as you have the dash, it's not hard at all to get. Yeah. This stage is pretty simple. We'll have a lot of these little turret things. We've got the big blue guys from the first stage again. If I recall correctly, there's also a E-Tank on this stage. I usually end up missing this one. And I don't know why, it's really easy. So you just gotta break the glass. Boom, E-Tank. This is the first stage I'll have been to so far where I've actually been able to get everything on my first visit. So I will not need to come back to this stage later. These guys are kind of annoying because you just have to go slow. If you wanted to kamikaze your way through it, you could just land on the platforms and take damage, but I don't want to waste a lot of health. Yeah, they're just outside your range to where they won't hit you with their flame unless you're jumping towards the platform, so they're really not much of a hassle at all. They're just annoying more than anything else. So we have these little containers right here that are that have little fires on them. If you attack them for a while with your Fire Wave, they'll actually blow up. That one has an extra life. So we're basically to where the next item in the stage is. You have to jump up here. Basically, you have to blow these little containers up. So now, this is the second of the 4 ability capsules that we are going to get. This one gives X the ability to break blocks with a headbutt. Basically, he just needs to jump into them. This upgrade is kind of pointless. It's only ever used to get other upgrades. And I've honestly played through this game before without getting it. I actually kind of like X without the helmet, or the upgraded helmet. So yeah, I can break blocks with my feet, now I can break them with my head as well. That allows us to get the ability capsule and Flame Mammoth stage that we couldn't get before. But I'm gonna hold off on that one because you don't really need it. And in Chill Penguin's video, I mentioned that the foot capsule was the only one that was required. That's kind of half true. The Buster upgrade is required, but there is sort of a, there's a way to get yourself out of it. If you don't pick it up from Flame Mammoth stage, there is a way to get it later on. In fact, the game will give it to you later on if you don't already have it. So again, I guess if you wanted to be super technical, you could just get the boots and then just never use them. Whereas with the Buster, if you're in a certain situation, you will have to use them. So yeah, we're on the actual ship itself now. We enter the boss store. And then we just sort of go back up and around. And I guess it's just sort of implied that X just wrecks the ship while he's on the inside. And this pisses off the boss of this stage, Storm Eagle. Now, like I said, Storm Eagle is pretty easy with the Buster as well, but having the boots, if you don't have the boots, this fight is pretty difficult, because when he's blowing you away, you can't dash to fight against it, and it's very likely that he will blow you off the stage. Yeah, that's one of his unlisted attacks, is he'll shoot out that egg and make babies. They're pretty easy. If you time a charge shot well enough, like I didn't do, you can blow them up as they're spawning. Now his diving attack is really easy to dodge. Just dash, turn around, and shoot him. With better timing than what I'm doing, of course. If you dash, he's never going to hit you with that, and you're just going to cause him to take a ton of damage. Yeah, his... I can't even remember what it's called right now. His attack there also blows you off course. Storm Eagle is really only hard if you don't have the boots, because then it's harder to run away from his dash. So there's 3 Mavericks gone. And we've collected everything in his stage, so we will not need to come back here at all ever again. So we get Storm Tornado. And basically that allows X to shoot those little pink shockwaves out. However, unlike Storm Eagles, his actually deal damage to the enemy, so they're pretty useful. I believe that's actually Flame Mammoth's weakness, but as we saw in the last part, he's very easy to beat without it. But during the boss refights, I probably will use their weaknesses against them just to show how they react. So now that we've taken care of Storm Eagle, there's really a couple other stages I could do. I could take care of Launch Octopus, which would allow me to get some other stuff. Or I could also do Spark Mandrill, because I do have his weakness. Let's go a little challenging. I'm going to do Launch Octopus, mainly because his level is a little more tricky compared to some other ones. But yeah, he's going to be the next guy we take on, and I'll catch you guys in the next part.